so many. So where do we take it from? What worries you now the most? Let me put it that way so that I can take it there, because you've enumerated a lot of things, and I think I will come back to that.
What worries me the most right now and occupies my mind is perhaps not the issue of Nigeria. It's the issue of Lagos State. If you can fix Lagos State, and fix, when I say Lagos, I will not reduce this to just Lagos, 5 states in Nigeria. I believe those states, our potential for growth can come from them. And see how we can introduce what federal government is doing on Abuja, Kaduna, rail, and we can link more places together. So perhaps it's a call for federal government to support transport ministry and transport ministry to partner with foreign investors this time, because I don't see that much of revenue coming for them to be fast enough. Lagos State government particularly, we need to consider the issues they're having in Lagos State. You see, if an investor wants to come to Nigeria, and this is not a political investor, it's not a portfolio investor, where will they go in Nigeria?
It's Lagos. Perhaps
Lagos State, or FCT, or Kaduna, or Kano, or Ibadan, or Port Harcourt, or somewhere in Southeast, particularly about nature axis. That's where they will go. What is the means of transportation in that place? So people could spend 5-6 hours on the same road because they need to patch the road. Mark you, over the years we've patched the road. Federal government is saying that if you construct federal road, we may not pay you back. So Lagos State will now say, okay, it is not my road, but who uses the plan at the end of the day? You are the one to collect income tax from those people. We need something holistic. We need to start considering those who would help us state. And when I say state, these are subnational. It's still part of national, but they are subnational. So I'm looking at in Kaduna, for instance, in Calabar, for instance, we want to be better than what we had today. How do we bring these foreign investors to Nigeria? We now go back to the argument we've had 4 or 5 years ago on this show and some other shows, that what are the hurdles to foreign investors? And I can tell you, countries and places I've been to, what I've observed is that government have seen the need for foreigners to make policies that will make foreigners to come to those countries. Deliberately. Yeah. So if they observe that power supply was a major hurdle to foreign investment, the fixed power in the region. The whole country may not have accurate power, 100% power supply, regular power supply, but when they notice that Delta State is where people want to invest, and this money at the end of the day, we count in Nigeria GDP, not just we say, oh, Nigerians, they are not Westerner, they are not Northerner, they are not Easterner, they are Southerner, so let's do politics. No. The assembly of such country will support the federal government of such country for power to be permanent in Delta. And now look at what are the surrounding environment of Delta. Oh, we can be looking at Onitsha. We can be looking at Anambra State. We can be looking at Edo State. How do we extend power to those other regions? Why? We can now adopt growth pool, that is, development is spreading from Delta. I'm just using Delta as an example to those other areas. You can pick Kano. Why will people invest? So we need to go beyond just saying what is wrong with federal government. You know, it is easy for people to reduce federal government to FCT. FCT is set at state and FCT is a component of its own. So we should look at this federation as federation that needs a lot of foreign investment. What we attract as foreign investment is very worrisome, particularly with what we did to ourselves when we said we want to revalue our GDP. And so many countries rebase our GDP. That's 2012 or so? Yeah, I think 2014. 2013. Yes. We said we need to rebase our GDP and make our GDP become approximately $500 billion dollars. Right now it's less than 400.
It's about 400.
So it's now reflecting the true shape. Now, as it's reflecting the true shape, when we have such GDP, we should have almost half or more than that as foreign investment comes to our economy. And when the foreign investors come, policy will now be made. China is doing it perhaps on the excess by saying that most of the things that you use, everything, we have to be their energy. Yeah, we can do something moderate. And you know the good news. The good news is that I believe in a long time, National Assembly and Executive seems to agree in this dispensation. How do they make fast policy to ensure that policy alone will not be enough, and implement this policy to ensure that foreign investors find themselves in Nigeria? President Obasanjo tried to plead with them when he traveled most of his foreign trips. President Yar'Adua adopted the same method. President Jonathan, President Buhari is also adopting the same method of, you see, investment don't come by appeals. Investment come when fundamentals that attract those investments are in place, and this fundamental will come through what IMF advised Nigeria again in their last submission, which they call structural transformation, which is what I think Nigeria should be looking at.